Welcome Hurricanes fans around the world, and in today's video we're going to talk about something pretty controversial. It's going to cause a lot of disagreements probably in the comment section, which is okay, but we are going to talk about, is Jon Richt qualified for the position he has at Miami, or did he get the job just because his dad is the head coach? Now hold up, before we get into today's video, you guys know that I'm going to mention it. Some of you are probably tired of hearing it. If we get to 3,000 subs, I will drop that new Miami Hurricanes 2018 wrap video. I have to say, I think that I dissed FSU, Duke, Notre Dame, FIU. I dissed the first half of our schedule, so I think it's pretty funny. I think it turned out pretty good. We're at about 2,500 subs at the recording of this video, so 500 more to go. That's 100 subs just from the last video, so you guys are killing it. I appreciate that. But again, let's hop into today's video on how qualified is Jon Richt for his job. Is he qualified enough to even have that position? Because I've been seeing a lot of comments on Canes All Access and on just Miami forums in different places saying that Jon Richt is not qualified to be the quarterback's coach. So let's talk about, before we get any deeper into that, let's cover a little bit of background, kind of history on Jon Richt and kind of where he came from. Now, of course, as you guys already know, I'm assuming maybe some of you didn't catch on, Jon Richt is the son of Miami Hurricanes head coach Mark Richt. You know, Richt, you know, just saying. Some of you put it together. Some of you maybe still not getting it, you know. But Jon Richt attended Maryville College, where he played at the quarterback position. So he kind of followed in his dad's footsteps. Now, I don't know his exact stats from the seasons that he played there, but I do know that he was the starting quarterback for at least one season. I do know that much for sure. Now, after he graduated from Maryville College, he wanted to get his feet wet with some college football coaching. And well, lucky for him, his dad was the head coach for the Georgia Bulldogs at the time. So back in 2014, he became a quality control assistant for the Georgia Bulldogs football team. Now, you may be asking yourself, what the heck is a quality control assistant do in college football? Well, you don't really see or hear about the quality control assistant, and that's because they are kind of the behind-the-scenes staff. They are an analyst. I mean, they make sure, they deal a lot with numbers and, again, behind the scenes stuff. They really just make sure that everything goes as planned. And I mean literally everything. I'm talking down to all of the equipment being loaded onto the bus and making it to the away games. Everyone has all of their playbooks, their stuff, just kind of literally everything. They are literally, they make sure that nothing gets skipped, nothing gets missed when they're preparing and getting everything ready. Overall, it is definitely not the most glorious job to have in college football, but it can help you get your foot in the door. Now, Jon only did this job for 1 year, and then surprisingly, he actually accepted a job in the NFL. So he kind of stepped up into the big league after doing that for only 1 year at Georgia. So in 2015, he became a coaching assistant for the Buffalo Bills under head coach Rex Ryan. Now, coaching assistant is a step up from quality control assistant. It is basically what it sounds like. It's a coach's assistant. So you're kind of the coach's right-hand man to an extent. You kind of just make sure that he has everything he needs, that the team, everything is going properly, and you're just an assistant. I mean, it's exactly what it sounds like. And I think that he probably would have kept that job, but in 2016, you guys know what's coming up. His dad accepted the head coaching job at Miami. Mark Richt, I think what happened is he saw it as an opportunity for a fresh start for both of them, because they both worked in football. They worked together in the past at one point at Georgia, and as far as everyone knows, they seemed to get along fine. There were no issues there because, you know, family working together, you know, sometimes that doesn't go so well. And it was also, again, just a chance to kind of bring the family together. They have kids, so Mark Richt's grandkids, things like that, kind of bring them all together and live in the same area. Because in coaching, in college football and things, a lot of times families get scattered and they end up kind of all over the United States, and it's honestly just kind of difficult. So on January 2nd, 2016, Jon Richt was named the quarterback's coach for the Miami Hurricanes. And now that you guys, all of my Canes family, know a little more about our quarterback coach, Jon Richt, what I want to know in the comment section below is, do you think he is qualified for the job? Just kind of yes or no, do you think he is? You can kind of elaborate as much as you want down there. And do you think he has done a good job so far? Those are the two questions I would like to ask you guys, and believe me, like I said, I read every response, so I may not respond to all of them, but I definitely read every comment you guys leave down below. And I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a warning. Be ready for some disagreements, some backlash, some serious arguing, because there are going to be people, I think, that see this both ways. But again, don't get butthurt. We're all Miami Hurricanes fans, at least most of you guys are. But we're here just to kind of talk about it, discuss it, and I'm just curious to see what you guys think, because all I see is people saying he's not qualified, he shouldn't be there, he shouldn't be in that position, he doesn't deserve to be in that position, he didn't earn that position. So I just want to see what my Hurricanes family thinks down below. And of course, don't worry guys, I am going to give you my 2 cents on this subject before I end the video. I always try to be very transparent and give you guys my honest opinion on how I feel about it. And do I think that Jon Richt is qualified for the job that he has? At the time of his hiring, probably not. That's kind of as far as I'm going to take that specifically. I don't think when he was hired on for that position that he was probably technically qualified for it. But I am kind of I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of me personally, a hands-on person. So I feel like you can mentor and you can, not mentor, but you can kind of, you can shadow. I guess you can kind of job shadow and do that stuff, but there's nothing like sometimes just being thrown into the fire and it just being expected to step up to the plate and make something happen. Now, sometimes that stinks because there's that learning curve and you're going to have that kind of rough time while they try to pick everything up and learn it. But all I'm getting at is I don't think that at the time he was hired for it that he was necessarily probably ready or qualified for it, so to say. Now, do I think he has done a good job so far? I don't honestly think that we can fully judge that just yet. Again, you're more than welcome to leave your opinion down below. That is just my opinion. I really think that we need to see more than just one quarterback that he has developed in an actual game situation, because of course he has been there to kind of start developing N'Kosi Perry, and he's going to be there to start developing Weldon and Jaron Williams, but they're not in a game situation. This is just practice with the spring games and the spring practices and things. It's just practice. It's a totally different situation when you're under the lights and you got 60, 70, 80, 100,000 people screaming and yelling. You got the opposing team's defense growling and, you know, just across from you. It's a whole different ball game, literally. So I think that we have to see more than just one quarterback play in some games that he has developed to really get a true feel if he's doing a good job. Because so far, all we have really got to see is Malik Rozier, and that's it. And Malik Rozier was here before that as well. So I really think we just need to see more than one quarterback. One thing I will say is that I see a lot of people saying that they don't like him working with Miami because his dad is the head coach and he won't be as hard on him. And I'm going to be honest, for you people who are saying that, I completely disagree. I don't think you could be any more wrong about that, because if any of you have worked with family members, honestly, Mark Richt is going to be 10 times harder on Jon Richt than he is any of the rest of his staff, because he expects more of him because he is his son. So in my opinion, he's actually got a much harder job than the rest of the coaching staff, and much more is going to be expected of him because that's his son. So I mean, you know, Mark Richt is going to, you know, he can say things to him that he can't say to some of his other coaching staffs. But that's just my 2 cents. Again, I am more than happy to talk it out with you guys down in the comment section below. So let me know what you guys think. I'm really curious on this one. I mean, as soon as I upload this, I'm going to be refreshing it because I want to see what you guys have to say about this subject. And before we end the video, I want to let you guys know, give you a quick update. My wife is still selling Miami Hurricanes decals on her eBay page. I appreciate all of you guys who have already purchased one. She's got several different sizes available. I think they're really reasonably priced and they have free shipping on them. But if you're like me, again, as many of you know, I live in Tennessee, so I put these things on everything. You got to show everybody that you're repping the U. But I appreciate you guys checking that out. Link in the description for those. I will be live streaming again soon, probably next week, maybe the week after at the latest, so stay tuned for that. I'm actually probably going to be doing some type of giveaway, giving away one of these, so make sure you're on the notification squad. Just click that little bell down below, because the only way you're going to win it is if you're there. So definitely do that. And again, I appreciate all the love you guys show this channel. I love all my Hurricanes family. That means you guys, all of you guys watching. But remember, we're all one big happy college football family. But at the end of the day, I got to say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. College football vids. Peace out, guys.